Welcome back to Sidelined with Jonny and Noah, episode 13. I'm Noah.
And I'm Jonny, and in this episode we have our normal segments. We have Sean coming back on the show, and we have a couple questions, so stay tuned. Okay, and now entering news around the league. What do we have?
Well, to start, here's hopefully some closure for the people concerned about Everson Griffin. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and in an Instagram post that actually not an Instagram post, I believe an interview, he said that he wants to be an advocate for people who suffer from mental health issues. And I'm not sure if a return from the field is seen anytime soon. I'm not sure what the situation's like, but obviously he's gone through a lot of things in the past, and we're all happy to see that he's finally getting the help he needs.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
hopefully he's going to be a strong advocate for mental health. What's up next?
Next, we have some news coming out of Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger is not expected to be back next season.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be his last season in Pittsburgh as a Steeler.
Yeah,
so.
He actually said that to a couple of teammates, and it must have
Yeah,
freaked out,
I guess so. Pretty interesting, actually.
It's kind of not surprising. He's up there in age, but he didn't say retirement.
Yeah, he just said leaving Pittsburgh,
So
which is weird.
I don't know what he's going to do on another team, but
Who
there's
knows?
potential.
Yeah, exactly.
And finally, we have AP all day coming back. He was recently released by the Titans, and now he's back in Seattle. Just recently activated from the practice squad. Yep. He will play with Chris Carson being out for the year, and Alex Collins not really providing like he used to in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and then moving forward into our injuries, not a lot of players coming back at all, but we have a ton of players out for this week, and a lot of big names as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start with some smaller type names. Jonny, you can get the bigger names down the line. We'll talk about Ryan Kelly getting put on the COVID list. Obviously, he's not a big name, but he's a big effect for the Colts. He has a big impact because he's the center of that line, and he's amazing. The Colts line has been amazing that whole year, this whole year, the year before, everything, and he's obviously been one of those strong leaders. Quentin Nelson, obviously, on that line as well, but we'll have to see what that does. COVID list, if he's not vaccinated, he'll be out for at least 10 days. He could miss next week,
2 games,
possibly.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts, questionable/doubtful. Apparently, it looks like Gardner Minshew will get the start against the Jets, which is of
good news for Jets.
Good news for Jets fans, but also it does stink to see because it's an ankle injury and those could be nagging. So hopefully he doesn't play, not for the sake of the Jets game.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a Jet fan, but because ankle injuries can really kill a career. If you don't take care of that, then
look at Saquon. So.
And then and then we have Darren Waller, another big name, out for the second consecutive week, I believe. Yep. And Melvin Gordon out. That means Javonte Williams will get some reps, which is good for him. Really good
for your fantasy teams. Shout out to For Fantasy's Sake. Yep. We'll be back in a couple weeks with our playoff preview.
Rising star, too, Javonte Williams. So we'll see what he does. Justin Fields out for the second consecutive week as well. Andy Dalton had a strong start against the Lions, but it's the Lions, so we'll have to see how he fares this week. And then finally, Taysom Hill is not out. He played on Thursday. He has a similar injury to Russell Wilson. As you would know, there's a little ligament in your finger. He tore it getting hit when he made the throw, I believe. Yeah. And he may not need surgery for it, unlike Russell Wilson.
But like a champ, he played through that entire game with the splint on.
Well, he's
built different.
He's just a utility guy.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what they do for the rest of the season, I guess. They're still kind of in the playoff race, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
And, Jonny, what about
and all the big name players, the rest of the big name players out for this week, we have Dalvin Cook.
Dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, that's going to keep him out a couple weeks. So Alexander Madison, he's going to be getting the start for that. For them, that's huge.
Another fantasy.
Another fantasy guy. DeAndre Swift, he's out.
Another shoulder injury, I believe, too.
Antonio Brown out again, and then he's being suspended. Yeah. So that's a whole other topic. Daniel Jones out with the neck injury. Could be a couple weeks. The team isn't really sure what's going on with him. So it could end his season, but they're not sure.
Those ones are dangerous too. Neck injuries is one of the worst ones to have in football, definitely.
Going forward, we have Deebo Samuel. Only supposed to miss this week. Their whole offense right there, besides Elijah Mitchell. He is their playmaker and their star, so he's out for this week. J.D. McKissick is out for this week with a concussion after putting up a great performance last week.
Oh, amazing,
on the same team, Landon Collins, he is out he is out this week with an injury. Joe Hayden is out, and finally, Asante Samuel
He was my defensive rookie of the year pick.
Yeah.
It's just because of injuries, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
He looked really good to start the season.
Yeah. I know. And then finally we have the Dolphins are activating Devontae Parker and center Michael Dieter off the COVID list. So that's not the COVID list, off IR.
Devontae
So that's really
Parker,
big for them. And then Logan Ryan for the Giants is back off the COVID list after being gone for over 10 days.
Yeah, not that it'll have much of an effect on the game, but all jokes. Debo, just to piggyback on Debo Samuel though, he, like you said about the entire offense, he's been running the ball.
I know.
Very effectively,
but not getting a lot of catches though. That's the weird thing.
But that's because people are finally realizing they should start covering him for real. He's been a for real guy for a while, in my opinion. I think after like his rookie year, he was hurt for most of it, so you couldn't really look at him. But then you see last year the little blips that he had before he got hurt again, and he looked really good. And finally, he's having a great coming out season.
He is.
And
he's looking really solid.
He's hurt again, but who knows? Brandon Ayuk could definitely step up. Guy that was expected to be the guy in San Fran now, and maybe he could be with Debo Samuel. That could be a potential pairing that we might look at eventually. Now for the new segment, Playoff Fringe, we're gonna have Sean coming on, telling us exactly 2 teams, and then we're gonna be telling you guys which one we think will be making the playoffs over the other team.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's start off with an AFC team for me.
Okay, so Reggie, between the Chargers and the Bengals, who do you have making the playoffs?
Chargers and the Bengals. It's actually a really good matchup. Look to the future in the game plan. We're going to be talking about that one actually this week. I'm going to say the Chargers. I feel like their offense is electric. The Bengals, although they look really good on both sides, I'm going to go with the Chargers with the rising star Justin Herbert, the better QB in that draft class.
Really? Okay.
Johnny,
Interesting.
NFC, I know they just played, but who do you have between the Vikings and the 49ers?
Between the Vikings and the 49ers, I'm going to go 49ers. A little surprising pick, but I just feel like the 49ers, their offense is a little bit more electric.
And they're getting better. And they're
getting better and healthier. So
all right,
give
me an NFC one. Give me an NFC.
In the NFC, we got the Eagles and the Washington football team.
The football team of the Eagles, I'm going to go with the Eagles with a healthy Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
If he misses more than multiple weeks, then I'd say football team, but I'm going to say Eagles from now on. Both teams are in a tough spot right now, but the football team is in the playoffs right now. But I'm going to give that to the Eagles because I feel like the Eagles are going to come back and beat the football team eventually.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, Johnny, we're going to go to AFC 1. We got the Colts and the Raiders.
That's a tough one.
Colts and Raiders. I'm going to go Colts just because their run game is like out of this world right now.
And
I
Wentz
think.
is improving too,
Yeah, and Wentz is playing like a top 10 quarterback. Might be a hot take there, but I think Wentz is one of the better quarterbacks this year for some reason.
Yeah, he's been playing really good.
And their team is just
complete. Yeah.
winning games. So I picked the Colts.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Reggie, we're going to do AFC. These are 2 teams that have been overlooked, but the Broncos and the Steelers.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Broncos, actually. I feel like the Broncos have a more healthier defense and a lot younger, too, but they've been playing lights out with the defense, even without Von Miller. And, if the offense can put it together for just a little, they can hold off a lot of great teams. I mean, they've come out and they beat the Chargers last week 28-13.
That's true.
That's an electric offense, in my opinion. And, I just feel like if Teddy Bridgewater puts together, has a good game, which he can, he's an average quarterback, they can win some games and beat out a team like the Steelers.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in the Steelers.
All right, I haven't mentioned them yet, but Johnny, do you have the Saints, who've been struggling recently, or the Eagles?
That's hard because I'm a Giants fan, but I want to stick with the Saints. They're not healthy right now, but I feel like the next couple weeks they're going to get healthier.
Interesting, yeah.
So, Saints.
Reg, I know you picked the Chargers over the Bengals, but what about the Bengals and the Colts?
I'm going to go with the Colts. I love the Bengals this year. I know it sounds like I'm very anti-Bengals with the picks that I've had, but I like the Colts. I like their defense a lot. I have them on my fantasy team, actually, but that doesn't matter. Their stats are just unreal. The way that they played the Buccaneers, I mean, obviously, it was a shootout, but the defense looked really good against Tom Brady, who's an elite passer. And the offense, like we said about Carson Wentz and Jonathan Taylor, I feel like they're lights out. And once they get healthier, they're going to be one of the better teams in the league, or at least in the AFC.
You see, I'm a fan of the Bengals, so Johnny, the Bengals or the Raiders?
I want to go Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals, I feel like they're just a more complete team right now. The Raiders have too much going on internally.
Yeah, internally, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, and then lastly, we'll do 2 NFC for each. So we'll do the Vikings and the Saints. We'll bring the Saints back.
Oh, I love the Vikings. I'm going to hit the Vikings for probably out of all the options we've gotten, I would do the Vikings out of all of them. I love them more than the 49ers. I think the Vikings offense is electric. I think their defense is okay, but I think that offense is just unstoppable. Kirk Cousins is playing at an MVP level
He is having.
I did
season.
say that.
Yeah.
He's playing at an MVP level, and he's playing really great. And once Dalvin Cook comes back, they're going to be great. But Alexander
They're gonna be
Mattison is a perfect plug-and-play.
Oh, yeah.
He's great, too. So I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and lastly for you, Johnny, we're going to do football team and the 49ers.
49ers. Football team, their defense is really good. Their offense isn't as good.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Heineke is good, but 49ers offense is electric when all their pieces are together. Like, just look at the tape the last couple weeks. Elijah Mitchell is going off. He's playing much better football. Deebo Samuel, I think, one of the top 5 receivers in the league right now. I wouldn't even call him a receiver because he's a do-it-all player. So I want to say 49ers.
Yeah, like Cordero Patterson, too.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like him.
We're not going to mention like the Falcons, though. They've been doozy.
I don't like that one.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to my new segment, Worst Takes, where I'll be making fun of me and Alex's previous takes from the past couple of videos. 2 of mine and 1 of Alex's. We'll do my 2 first. My first one, where I completely missed, was Azeez Ojulari for Rookie of the Year. Giants, baby, bleeding blue with the Rookie of the Year. He leads all rookies in sacks with 5.5. It looked promising for the first 5 weeks, but since then he hasn't recorded a single sack, and he's only recorded 10 tackles over the last 5 games. Micah Parsons is not only the runner-up for Rookie of the Year, but he's in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. He has 10 sacks, 72 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles. I missed there. It happens. My second miss was Matt Stafford for MVP. Matt Stafford for MVP. Now, if you do the eye test, Tom Brady looks like the MVP, but he was playing lights out. Him and Cooper Kupp had that great connection, but since I made that video in week 7, he's had a 12-5 touchdown ratio to interception ratio, and he's thrown 3 pick sixes, and they're 1-4 in the last 5 games. They're really struggling, and he is just not catapulting the offense like he was in the previous 7 weeks. And now it's time for the last take, which is absolutely ridiculous, and he should never make another video again. Alex Kuhn said Bill Belichick should retire.
This may sound crazy because it's been forever that this guy's been the top head coach, but is it time to put Belichick out of that equation and maybe time for him to retire?
He said he should retire. Since he's made that video, the Patriots have won 6 straight, and 5 of the 6 games they've held their opponent to under 14 points. And this is 95% of the coaching. They are not a very talented team. They are just a very well-coached and disciplined team, and that is the worst take I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, that is my segment of worst takes. I'll see you guys soon, and I'm out.
Welcome back. We're going to be jumping into the game plan, which is our game of the week. Mine is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals versus the LA Chargers. I'm going to have Burrow versus Herbert. You know, first-round quarterbacks of last year. What else do you want from a game, honestly? Both teams look really good. I say the Bengals are going to pull the upset over the Chargers, actually, this week. They're home. They've been streaky. So I think they're going to pull out a big win. And the Chargers lost the Broncos last week, so you never know. I mean, they can get into big slumps, so, you know. All right, next up, what do you got, Sean?
My game of the week is Monday Night Football, Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots. Both fighting for the division. New England's been on a tear. They started out 1-4, won 6 straight, but I'm picking the Bills. Both elite defenses, but Josh Allen over Mac Jones. I don't trust Mac Jones in this big game, but I think they'll both make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a great game.
Johnny, what about you?
My game of the week, I have Kansas City versus Denver. I'm going to pick... I'm not going to go with Denver. I just feel like Denver isn't that good on offense right now.
Not, yeah.
Kansas City's getting hot, so I'm going to go Kansas City. I'm going to go, let's see. I think it's going to be close.
I think a low-scoring game.
24-14.
Probably, yeah. 24-14, yeah. Not bad. All right. Well, that just about wraps up our episode, actually. So make sure to, check the description below for our link tree. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, all that stuff. You'll be seeing Sean on a lot of upcoming TikToks. Yeah. As well as Alex.
You don't want to see Alex. He's trash.
Oh, there's some shade. Yikes. Here we go. But of course, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and stay tuned for more content. Peace.